we continue with our class Kosher Kitchen, and we start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim. Big topic is the same, very interesting, called Ta'eles, relationships. And today's topic suggesting the Shidduch, the balance. So it says, in light of the prohibition of misleading one's fellow, that we spent a few classes discussing, one may be reluctant to suggest Shidduch altogether. Others may feel that necessary to mention every possible shortcomings of the person so as not to be guilty of misrepresenting the truth. So last time we said, yes, you're obligated to say everything, but sometimes you can withdraw some information, and then say it later on. Okay, so and some people go into extreme, so in order not to mislead another person, so they would, as he said, would list all of the shortcomings. And I mean, you start with any person, like we're not one of us is ideal, so the list is going to start and maybe never finish. So for sure you're going to scare out the other side. Also not good. Okay. Few acts of chesed, kindness, can compare with the helping build a Jewish home. One who thinks that a certain young man may be a suitable match for a certain young woman is not responsible to investigate the two of their families before proposing a match. There is the responsibility of parties involved in their parents. So it's very, very important statement. So it's as he said, it's very big chesed, kindness to create a Jewish home, right? To introduce people. So if you have any even remote possibility that it may work, like maybe they live in the same area, maybe they have the same habits or something. Like for example, I almost had the match almost when people that I'm dealing with, the guy sent me. Rabbi, in one of the conversations, he mentioned some idea like it struck like very, very unusual. Okay, I like the idea, very interesting. His explanation very mature. He's in his late 20s, right? And then I was talking to a lady, and she said almost the same idea, like almost in the same words. Like I was shocked, and I was assured that it is a perfect match. So I asked her if she's how old is she? She's looking for a man. Is she okay? She said she's not married, and unfortunately, and I explained to her what I said to you, and I said maybe it's going to be an amazing match, but she said I'm not looking to get married for whatever reason. But I did not know much about him, or not much about her. But this one statement, like it was shocking. So I never heard this statement, whatever they say. I'm not going to repeat. All right, from anybody else before and after, twice in my life. He said and she said almost word to word whatever he said. They live in different countries. I mean, neighboring countries. So it's not a big deal. Okay. I mean, in my mind, not a big. Maybe. In their mind is I don't know. Okay, but she said no, so that doesn't matter where they live. It's very interesting. So basically, what I'm trying to say, you're not obligated to see like a family they match, they do not match. Ask for a resume of his or her. Okay, you can help to exchange the resumes, but you're not obligated to do all of the investigation, talk to the friends. That's their business. Whoever is representing her is going to do the research. Whoever is representing him is going to do the research. So it's not my personal business. So I think that it's a good match. As I said in my it's only one of the examples that I suggested a match, a Shidduch. Okay. So continue. However, the prohibition against misleading others, misleading one's fellow, requires that one not suggest a Shidduch unless, number one, he believes that he knows the other that he knows of the other personalities. He believes that given what he knows of their personalities, that the two could be a good match, and he is unaware of any reasons the relationship should not should cause pain to either one. So let's do one by one. Conditions. So one more time. So he believes that from what he knows that it's a good because of their personality. There is nothing like it's a good match. So this example that I said, I mean, they say whatever very mature thing. She was this lady is maybe I don't know 1 year is younger than him. I mean, the perfect match. She said no. Okay, what can I do? I'm not going to beg you. She said I'm not interested in marriage. Okay, no problem. Right. So personality is very close, very similar, right? And person is unaware of any reason that the relationship should not cause pain to either one. Okay, so that's basically first condition. There are a few conditions. That first condition is very straightforward. So unless you know some big secret, some bad thing about one of the sides, should not be an issue. Number two, in his opinion, there is a reason to believe. That their meeting will ultimately result in engagement. It is wrong to waste a person's time and energy and emotions. So second thing is also very important, right? That they're ready to get married. So it's not like, no, let me go see, maybe I'm going to get married, maybe yes, maybe not. So this kind of shidduch we're not allowed to suggest, right? Because maybe one side is going to develop feeling because they met, right? So if he's not committed, he's still I don't know, not mature, or she's not mature. Okay, so there is no shidduch then. Call me whenever you're ready. Send me message, and we're going to talk. For now, I mean, why should I waste another person's time? And of course, emotions, right? So some people can burn down, and unfortunately, I know some people, and I beg them and say, no, I've been to several, Shidduch, dates, and person was so disappointed, and it's very, very unfortunate because I know this person is one of the nicest person, one of the sweetest person. Maybe he's one second. Maybe he needs some I don't know, maybe somebody to take care of him, right? Maybe if you send a few things to the dry cleaners, maybe to buy him a new shorts. So not every man can know that a single man when he's in I don't know, in whatever age, that he needs to buy new short, and that one it's not because of the money, it's not because of the cheap, it does not come to his mind. So that's why you need wife. She said he said, oh, where's my short? And she said, what short? Oh, that short now it's in the garbage, so here's a new short for you. So that's it. So many men is like that. So he got a new short, new socks. What about those socks? Oh, that with the big holes? No, forget it. Those are new socks. You understand? So just because he's in this not such a clean short or something, not a fresh or whatever short, does not mean that he has a bad personality. And that person, maybe he did not have a taste to dress or something, but looks very shabby, even though he had money, right? And he was burned down, unfortunately. So after I don't know how many dates he went to, but unfortunately it did not work out, right? So we're not allowed to put somebody in that situation. Number three, third condition, he's not aware of any medical or emotional or character deficiencies that could render the party unfit to marriage. Okay, so it's very interesting. So one more time, he's not aware of medical. So medical, I mean, unless they told you that medical means something like serious thing, like maybe I don't know, like asthma, like I don't know, some heart disease, some I don't know, had blood pressure, some cancer in the family, then I don't know, some big issue. So right, some medical, emotional also, like maybe he's on the medication, maybe depressed, this and that. So I mean, yes, character deficiency. Again, maybe if he's angry person, or very stingy person, or other things. Like one person, he sent me um, a message describing the situation, and that person received I don't know how many lines, but he used the word money, like I don't know, like every other sentence he was talking about money. Money. It's unbelievable. That's too much. Like for me, like okay, one time, three. Okay, I got your point. But always, so you see that person. It's not. We have to be very careful with a person like that. Right. Okay. So page 49. 49 to 18. Okay, so continue. Number 4. He does not feel that either party will have a negative influence on another. Also, so unless you know clearly something, you suspect something like clearly. So in many times, the way I understand, we don't know people so well, unless they're very close friends or something, family. Okay, so number 5. He's not aware of the other party lacks something that the other party is insistent upon. And we're going to explain, or has something to which the other party is expression strong objection. So we have to, as we said like last week, so we have to pay close attention to whatever this. Whatever says in resume of that person, he or she, that doesn't matter. So if he said that I want to, or like, and I saw this resume, right? So he wants a woman to be in this size, from this size to. So if she's not like that, so you should not propose the match. And I would say it's not in the book, but I would when I saw that that's what the person wants, like what his like number one requirement. So I actually tried to talk to him, and he agreed to everything I said. I said, so maybe you want to change your resume? I mean, he said absolutely not. Okay, so I said okay, no problem. So you understand that it's a sick person. So in my mind. So if she's going to, God forbid, go through some medical issue in her life, and she's going to go from one size to one size up, so basically she's out of the picture. So why would I want to be such a person to propose this match? Okay. So continue. Should there be any doubt as to whether any of these conditions have been met, the counsel of Talmid Chacham should be sought. Okay, so always, of course, I mean, we're always biased. Not most of the time we're biased. So you talk to Talmid Chacham, to a Rabbi, and try to understand if it's a good match, not a good match. So get somebody else's opinion, present the facts, and see what they say. Maybe it's a problem, maybe it's not a problem. So, but okay. So, but in my experience, many of the people that I suggested the Shidduch, I did not know all of this information, like they have character deficiency. I did not, like, in order to know the character deficiency, have to be in a close contact with people, right? So yeah, I mean, maybe go like spend Shabbos together or something, right? Or medical risk. How would I know that they have, unless they tell me, like, and people usually don't tell these things. I mean, okay, and others. Okay. So, but otherwise, as we said, like this middle paragraph, just to remind, if you think that maybe it's going to work, maybe, and there's no big objection, and that's not whatever she said. I don't want to, for example, men from this background, that background, right? So okay, that's understandable. So you don't propose, but otherwise, if you feel that might work, we can propose. Okay. Any questions on what we said? About Shidduchim? Yes. Okay.
So in this cases where we're suggesting a potential Shidduch to someone and this person says that she or he's not interested in getting married, or the like, should we stop insisting right away, or should we try to persuade the person at least once? Because people sometimes say they're not ready because perhaps some trauma from a former relationship or something like that. So should we not insist at all?
I would say not, because if it is not normal for a person not to want to get married, especially for a woman. In my specific case, she was I don't know, in her mid-20s. If she does not want to get married, so it's not like, so it's this lady is very nice, very intellectual person. You understand? If it's a life decision, so she does not want to get married. She wants to do whatever she wants to do, right? So even though she said maybe okay, because you insist, because I respect you, maybe I'm going to meet this guy, and this guy developed feelings with her, and what we're going to do after that? You understand? So no, they're adults. She said no. She said no. You understand? It's not like she came to me and asked if I know somebody. No, it was my initiative because I saw this because of the story that I told you. Okay. So same, but with the other guys who said I suggested Shidduch, and he said, but I've been burned out, this and that, and he started telling me all of these negative stories. In this case, you have to be very sensitive, and maybe you talk to the other side and see in this case I would be obligated, and that's what I was trying to do, to do more groundwork, ask all of these questions, so not to break this person, he's a broken person as it is. So I don't want to be the reason he's broken again. So we did more investigation, and the lady saw the resume, and the killer was, and he was again the nicest person, one of the nicest person that I knew, and so much chesed to other people, to it's unbelievable, right? And in his resume he said that he is funny. Okay, is it he considered himself funny? Is it good or not? I don't know. For me, okay, so a person have a sense of humor. Is it good? I think it's very good if somebody has a sense of humor and it's not I don't know, whatever. So it's I think it's positive. But she said, oh, he's funny, I don't want to meet him. Okay, that was end of the Shidduch, unfortunately. Even though I thought that he's a good person. You see, they're different personality. So he had this fatherly personality, right? Family oriented. So this fatherly, meaning what that he would get all other single people and he would cook for them the whole Pesach meal. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Go find somebody in his the guy who's 30 years old and he has a good job and he's cooking for other people who's a widowers or I don't know, single people, and nobody invite him for Pesach, and he get invited to his house the last minute. Go find somebody like that. And he had such a personality, and she was the personality, the way that my wife explained to me, like a little girl, right? She needs somebody to be in charge. She's be a nice wife, but he must be in charge. And it's like in my mind and my wife's mind, it was perfect shidduch. But he said he considered himself funny, and she said absolutely not. I don't like. And even though we tried to pursue her, but she said no. She said no. She said no. I mean, even after we list all of his praises, like in my mind, she said no. She said no because he's funny. I don't know, crazy. In my mind, it was not there. Okay, that's the thing. Any other questions before I continue?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
We have a couple questions in regards to this topic.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So, in the board, sorry, it says, Shalom Olav, given no one is perfect, what are the problematic midot that are a red flag, which one should avoid the person completely?
So if somebody is angry, like publicly, so everybody can get angry, a little frustrated, like. But if it's done publicly, so everybody is trying to project like some positive image publicly. So, but if person cannot control himself or she cannot control himself, so yelling at somebody publicly, so that's very like you stay away from that person like that. You understand? So. And like similar character traits, so that you like try to imagine you're a husband of such a person, so you want to like die from embarrassment because you have such a wife from such a big mouth. You understand? So right, or I would say immodest, right? So she forgot to dress. So that's stay away for as far as possible. Don't recommend. Maybe she's going to get married. She's going to start dressing. Or maybe not. Right. So why would you put somebody in that situation? So and stuff like that. Some critical things. Otherwise, like people are lazy. Some people not on time. So for me it's critical. For me it's like to be when somebody is late. It's too much. It's too much disrespect. Yeah, you understand. But for other people, it's like, what do you mean? I'm only 15 minutes late. What are you making such a big deal, right? So when we used to have guests and we invited guests, so for example Friday night, so we try to go to the same shul, like even because it's easier to go home. For example, wife would come to our house and guy would come to my shul. And we'll go together home, right? Or guys, whatever girls usually don't come to shul, they come straight to our house, right? But sometimes they say, no, we're going to our shul and we're going to come from home. Okay, I don't insist. I'm trying to insist, but you see, okay. So I said we start at 7:45. So. And I said 7:46 is already too late, right? 7:46 is too late. You can come early, a little early, but we start at 7:45. So what do you mean by 7:45? Exactly when you see one arrow in 7 and another in 45, right? And that means 7:45. That's what I mean. And some people, a few couple, and they came 8:30. And she started explaining. I said, but we said 7:45. Everybody's waiting for it. No, but we said, but we thought until the time you come to this and this, like the list of all calculations. You understand? So for me, it's not reliable people, But if other side is always like lay back like this, so okay, there is no problem. So for me, I would not be able to live with that person on one day. It would be disaster for one day. But for if they don't have this then I mean don't have this character trait, there is no problem. You can make a match. So for me, it's disaster. For them, it's they also like that. You understand? So that's the thing. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
We had 2 more amazing questions about this topic, but I don't know if can I read it right now, or should we let them for the end of the class?
You know what, let's, you're right. Thank you very much. So let's leave them till the end of the class. Let's learn a little the topic, and yeah, let's we try to answer the question. It's very, very important topic. Very important. Okay, but let's start with kosher kitchen. Continue. And we are our big topic is chapter 7, avoiding problems while cooking. So we cover all of the intricate details inside of the oven, on top, right? And last time we did also a summary to section 1. And now we're going to do practical guidelines using one stove top for both meat and dairy. Somehow this I apologize, I'm not sure if we did this. I'm not sure we did it or not. Okay, I have a bookmark here, one bookmark here, one is there, so let's start with this one. Okay, anyway, even if we did it, so we're going to do it again, and we will know this material better. Okay, so it's a practical guidelines using the one stove top for both meat and dairy. When cooking meat and dairy on a stove top, one must be careful that the meat and dairy pots do not touch each other. If the pots do touch, and the area of a contact is damp, a Rav should be consulted. I think we did it, but okay, let's quickly repeat. So again, so it's more practical. They do it on one side of the stove, one on another, like in diagonal, so they don't touch. And that's how actually somebody called me and asked me a question. So she's very organized, the lady of the house. So they have meat on the right and milk only on the left. But of course, the husband sometimes decided to help, and of course he changed the side. So they asked me what to do, what to kosher, what not to kosher. It's very interesting, right? So we said if they're not touching, basically there is no problem. Of course, we said if lid is there, okay, must be covered. Continue. One should never cook meat and dairy in open pots in close proximity to each other. Even not in close proximity, but because we said that the steam can go from one to another, not a good idea. Continue. It is preferable that the pots be covered to avoid splattering. If the splattering does occur, Rav should be consulted. Okay, so splatter, I would say it's on a side. Maybe it's on the side of the pot, not inside. Okay, but even inside, so we can consider 1 to 60. If it's possible to remove one substance, of course, that's what we must do. Okay. Continue. The pot should be placed so that the steam from one type cannot reach that of another type. Okay, so very, very simple. Right, steam, and of course we said in the case of the hood, if it's too low, also a problem. Steam comes up, comes down. Okay, so we're trying to be careful. Continue. Common practice is to use the same stove grates for both meat and dairy. Of course, we said that, like, it's too much bother to change them, and where are you going to keep them? Unless you have a huge kitchen, that's a different story. And plus, just so you know, they cost a lot of money. Sometimes these grades, and somebody asked me, like, some years ago, so I was trying to investigate. They have, it's ridiculous. They cost like 30% of the price of the whole stove. It's ridiculous. You understand? Okay, so continue. If one notice any food residue on a grate, he should remove before use. It's commendable to keep separate grates for each type. Okay, so you have a splatter, you just remove, clean, and if you have some cleaning agents, whatever you use, like some spray. Of course, it kills even the soap, regular soap. It cleans, and of course nobody's going to eat it. And even if it's got stuck to the bottom of the pot, usually does not usually burn out. But even if it does, so it's not considered to be food basically. Continue. If one must choose between installing 2 baking ovens and 2 stovetops, yeah, we did it. Now I remember for sure we did it. Installing 2 baking ovens is primarily important. Okay, so because ovens it goes inside, so you want sometimes you cook open like without cover, so that's it's more important. Continue. When pouring hot water from one urn to an instant hot water faucet into dairy cocoa mix, one should be careful to keep a cup well below the spout, so that the steam of hot steam does not rise to the spout. So meaning that do not make the spout dairy or meat. Okay, so we have actually did it. So I'm continue with that summary. So it says according to a Sephardic custom. So now we did cover. I'm not going to repeat. We just do the summary of use pots of one type for the foods eaten with the other. So meaning what? That you cook your potatoes in a meat pot and you want to eat it with cheese. That's the story. Okay, so Sephardic custom is a little more lenient, but Ashkenazic is much more complex. So let's see. So according to Sephardic custom, one should not cook food in a meat vessel with intention of eating it with daily. If food was cooked in a clean meat pot, it may be eaten with daily. Okay, so one more time, we're going to explain. One should not cook food in a meat vessel. So I mean, meat vessel means pot with intention to eat it with daily. Okay, if the cook was cooked in a clean meat vessel, it may be eaten with daily. So afterwards, there is no problem. So clean, I think we say even non ben yamo. I mean ben yamo. Just one second, I'm quickly checking. Does not say. No. Okay, so it's continue. So Ashkenazi custom. So it says, even if the food was already boiled in a clean meat pot, it may not be eaten with daily. So that's it. So very, very straightforward. Okay. The food, second one, the food cooked in a clean meat pot may not be served in a course. May be served in a course of daily meal, provided it is not actually eaten with daily. Okay. So one more time we're going to explain. So in the first we said that it's you cannot cook in a clean pot, right? As we said, let's say this spaghetti, maybe it's a better example, right? This spaghetti in a meat pot in order to eat it with cheese, right? And second one we said the food cooked in a clean meat pot may be served, right, in the course of a daily meal, provided it is not customary eaten with daily. And not actually eaten with daily, so I guess the example we can give is they eat spaghetti with as it is, right? Maybe I don't know, with vegetables, let's say, right? And drink coffee, right? So coffee with milk. Okay, so it is in the same meal, yes, but it was not eaten in the same as the same dish. Okay, next one. If the food cooked in a certain meat pot was erroneously mixed with dairy, right, it may be eaten unless the food is davar harif. Okay, so let's do it again. If food cooked if food cooked in a clean meat pot was erroneously mixed with dairy, so it's not like somebody did it so erroneously, it may be eaten unless the food was the davar harif. So davar harif, I think we explained, it's the sharp foods. Right, sharp foods. It's a different story. As we said, like reinvoke the taste, whatever was absorbed into the walls of the pot. Right, whatever like with all other foods, it's irrelevant. But if you cook onions or garlic or other foods, we said it's actually would be forbidden to eat in this case. And next one, hot Parve food that had been placed on a cold meat dish may be removed and eaten with dairy. Okay. So one more time, hot Parve food. So you have this, what is it? This spaghetti of ours, right? You have spaghetti that was, let's say, cooked in a Parve pot. Right, was put on a cold meat dish, so it was clean, of course. Maybe removed and eaten with the dairy. Okay, so we don't say that it absorbs some meat taste. Okay, no problem. So continue. Parve food cooked in a non ben yama. Parve food cooked in non ben yama meat pot may be eaten with dairy. So the leniency starts. I mean, it says we can call it leniency if the clean pot was standing more than 24 hours, right? So it is called non-ben yama. So you can even plan. I mean, we try not to, but you can plan. Parve food cooked in a non-ben yama meat pot may be eaten with dairy. There is no problem. So all of the cases before that we discussed before is a clean pot, whatever meat pot, but it was used in the past 24 hours. That's the difference. Initially, one should not use even a non-ben yama pot for another pot is available. So of course, it's Ashkenazic custom much stricter. So if you have Parve pot or you have dairy pot, and so cook the spaghetti in a dairy pot and you use it with cheese, right? Or you have Parve pot, cook in a Parve pot, and you would be able to use it with cheese and with meat, right? With chicken. Next one. Parve food cooked in a clean meat pot may be placed even on a dairy dish, or even while hot on a dairy dish. Okay, so we said that there is no problem. Okay, so one more time, Parve food cooked in a clean meat pot, so meaning less than 24 hours, may be placed even while hot on a dairy dish. So we don't say that it's going to absorb something. Okay, then the last one, sharp foods cooked in even non-ben yama meat pot, so even if it was clean for more than 24 hours, and subsequently mixed with dairy food may not be eaten. So why? Because this sharp foods like onions, this garlic, so we say for sure it's going to extract the taste, long forgotten taste from the pot's walls, and it's going to introduce into dairy food. So for sure, it's going to be meat and dairy together. Okay. So, but again, it's exception only for sharp foods. Okay. So we go into any questions before we continue? Yes.
So what are besides the onions and garlics, what can also be considered sharp foods, like the ones that have a very strong smell and taste?
No, not smell. It's a sharp, I say, like radishes, some like sharp. What others? 1 second. Do we have a list? It's a good question. Let me quickly check if we have a list somewhere. Just 1 second. Davar Harif. Let me see here. Davar Harif. 1 second. Davar Harif. See. See Davar Harif. How is it spelled with D-A-V-A? No. No. Sefer food. Cliché 71 and 72. Yeah. No, Sefer foods. Okay. 71, 72. Let me quickly say C71, 72. Yes.
I think I found I think it's page 513, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Just,
like a list.
Okay. 514?
513, yes.
513, okay. Okay, sharp foods, thank you very much. So sharp foods include radish, garlic, onions, scallions, leek. Leek is sharp. Horseradish, fresh olives, very interesting. Sour fruits or vegetables, like lemon, estrog, sour apples, or sour plums. Pickled fruits or vegetables. Perhaps pickled cucumbers and sauerkraut, and salted herring. Okay, so all of these things are considered to be sharp foods. Very interesting. Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, so try it even practically, right? The practical application. Try to cut them only with Parve knives because all of them are Parve. Okay. Any other questions before I continue? Apologize.
Yes, we have a question on the board.
Okay, go ahead, please.
It says, if a sharp potted food cooked in a non-ben yomo meat pot, can one place it on a dairy dish?
Can one place it on a dairy dish? I think yes, but would not be able to eat with dairy. Yes. Okay, so let's actually we're going into this table, and we try to explain. So they're going to go through all of the situations. Okay, so all the scenarios. So number one. Wow, it's a very complex table. So the first, we're going to start with Ashkenazi custom, and we say non-binyamo pot. So okay, I apologize. So we said the Parve food cooked in a clean meat pot. Parve food, so our spaghetti cooked in a clean meat pot. Okay, so non-binyamo pot. Right, non-binyamo pot. So it's according to Ashkenazic tradition, non-binyamo pot, non-sharp foods. Okay, I apologize. That's not how you read. So we're talking about Parve food, cooked in a clean meat pot, Ashkenazic tradition, and pot is binyamo. Right, eating with dairy food is prohibited. Binyamo pot meaning that less than 24 hours. Initially, cooking to eat with dairy is also prohibited. Right, this clean pot, but it was used in the past 24 hours, so we cannot plan to eat it with dairy. Placing while hot on a dairy dish is permitted, right? And if inadvertently mixed with dairy food is permitted, so after the fact. Again, because the pot was clean and it was daily, and it was Parve and stuff like that. Okay, so after the fact. But initially, again, we're not allowed to plan like this, and eating initially cooking initially cooking to it with dairy also forbidden. Okay, so continue. So also Ashkenazic tradition, right? Placing cooked food in a clean pot, non-binyam of pot, non-sharp foods. Okay, right? So regular our spaghetti, right? Eating with dairy food is permitted. So non-binyam meaning more than 24 hours. Initially cooked with eaten with dairy. It says prohibited if there is another pot is available. So even though it's 24 hours, more than 24 hours, most likely there is no taste. Doesn't matter. So don't put yourself in that situation. Right, and next one, placing while hot on a dairy dish is permitted. There is no problem, right? Because it was cooked in binyamo and it's not sharp and it's parve, right? And if it advertently mixed with dairy food, also there is no problem, permitted. Okay, so now we're going to Sephardic tradition, and we said the parve food cooked in a clean meat pot. Ben Yama pot, right? Ben Yama meaning that it was used today. Eating with dairy is permitted. See, it's much lenient. Initially cooking to eat with dairy, prohibited if another pot is available. Right? So for Ashkenazi for sure it's forbidden. Next one is placing while hot on a dairy dish is permitted. Right, and if inadvertently mixed with dairy food is permitted. Okay, so and now we're going to a Sephardic tradition non-binyama pot. So eating in non-binyama pot the parve food was cooked. Eating with dairy food is permitted, no problem. Eating initially cooking to eat with dairy is also permitted. No problem, because again it's stood more than 24 hours. Placing while hot on a dairy dish is permitted. If inadvertently mixed with dairy food is also permitted. So for Sephardim, non-binyama part is everything is permitted. For Ashkenazim, initially cooking is prohibited if you have another pot, like if you have dairy pot, for example, or you have parve pot. So don't use this meat pot, even if it was clean, and even it was clean more than 24 hours. Okay, so let's try to do this section. So practical application according to Ashkenazi custom. Okay, so first one. The water boiled in a ben yama pot, ben yama meat pot may not be used for coffee with milk. Okay, so I mean it's only practical application, right? So if you boil water in a meat pot that's clean, that was used today, right, in less than 24 hours, so you cannot use it to drink with coffee with milk. Okay. Next one. Similarly, margarine melted in a ben yama dairy pot, okay, should not be used for halachos that serve during the meal, the meat meal. Okay. So yeah, so it's like you cook this margarine in a ben yama, meaning that it was used less than 24 hours, dairy pot, and you're planning to make halachos and halachos to it with meat. Okay. Next one. 1 second. There is a one. I apologize. I missed one commentary. So it's about this coffee with milk. So it says a Sephardic Jew who follows the opinion of Shulchan Aruch is permitted to use water once it was boiled. Okay, so for them there is no problem for Sephardic, meaning if they boiled water for coffee in ben yama pot, and they want to use it with milk. So for them, it's like after the fact. Right, after the fact, no problem. And second commentary on this piece, so when it says similar about margarine, right? So it says if the margarine was mixed into a dough, so we're talking about after the fact, the halal should not be served with the meat. Okay, so basically you can eat, but not with the meat. Very like practical, right? In this case, one has the option not to serve halal with meat. One has the passion not to serve halal with meat. Whereas in a previous case, the milk was already put into the coffee. So that's why they say forbidden, but here they say it's not forbidden because you have other choices, right? Right, I mean, not there, the water was boiled and milk was already added. Here, there is no mixture yet, right? However, if one has no use for dairy halas, they may be used in a meat meal. So because right, so we're talking about after the fact. If they melted this margarine in a dairy pot that was used in 24 hours, right? So in some sense, it's like a dairy. So and now they want to use this for halas. It would be a problem to use this halas for a meat meal. So if you can use it for as a parve, like I don't know, for breakfast without meat, so there is no problem. Or you want to use it with dairy, again, no problem. But after the fact, so they say you can use it in with a meat meal if you don't have any use for a milk halas. Okay, very interesting. Continue. In either of these cases, if the pot was not ben yama, so meaning it's more lenient, of course, the water or the margarine may be used, so no problem. So even more than 24 hours, no problem. However, one should not initially use the meat pot if parve pot is available. So you just buy one extra pot and that's it. Continue. If hot gravy, very interesting, hot gravy splattered on hot metal coffee urn, it should not be used for coffee to be served with milk, even when non ben yama, unless no other urn is available. So let's do it again, and we try to understand what it says here. If hot gravy splatter on a hot metal coffee urn, so it's from outside, right? So you would say it can penetrate inside. No. It should not be used for coffee to be served with milk. Okay. Unless you cook it and it was unless you clean it and it was standing clean for 24 hours. That's, I guess, the solution. Even if non ben yama, unless no other urn is available. Okay. So if there is no available, of course we can go leniently because it was not actually mixture. It was only from outside. Next one. One should not boil water for coffee or tea in a ben yama meat pot, even for the coffee or tea that is only to be served in a dairy cup without milk. It's very interesting. So don't boil the water for coffee or tea that is not ben yama, meaning it was used in past 24 hours. If you forget about that, there is no milk. Milk is it's a separate story, right? Even if you want to use it in a dairy pot, the dairy cup. Okay, because it's hot and stuff like that. Okay, continue. One must not mix onions fried. One must not mix onion fried in dairy pan with a chopped liver, regardless of whether the pan is ben yama or not. So we said these sharp foods, they're going to absorb the taste no matter what, right? So they fry the onions and use it on a meat on a dairy pan, so I cannot use it for chopped liver. If onions were mixed with chopped liver, a rav should be consulted. So as we said, it's not such an easy case. I'm not sure what questions he would ask, because most likely it is forbidden. Okay, so I guess maybe if it's not ben yama, I don't know. I don't want to comment. Next one. One should not store liquids in a dairy containers. For example, a container used for with hot dairy for a period of 24 hours if the liquids are to be used with meat. If no other suitable container is available, even Ben Yama dairy container may be used. So let's do it again, and just to remind, we said that even like when we have liquid standing in a container for 24 hours, even cold liquid, it would absorb the taste, right? And that's why we allow to kosher, for example, glasses, right? Like this, right? We just pour the cold water, like for 24 hours. We pour out, fill again, like with like so it should be over with over the top. So we put on some kind of tray or something, right? 3 times, and it's going to absorb all of the liquid. Okay, all the taste that was absorbed into the walls, right? So that's the problem with liquids. So one more time, problem or depends how you look at it. So one more time, one should not store liquids in a dairy container. So meaning in some sense that liquid is going to become dairy. We're talking about Parve liquids. There is container used with hot dairy, so not cold but hot dairy, for a period of 24 hours, meaning don't store these liquids for a period of 24 hours that was used with hot dairy, if the liquids are to be used with meat. Okay. If no other suitable container is available, even none in Ben Yama dairy container may be used. Okay, because I guess it's cold. Continue. Sharp liquids should not be stored even in a non-Ben Yama dairy container, right? Even for a short period of time, if they are to be eaten with meat. Okay. So sharp liquids. So commentary number 60. See chapter 8, section 2, A1A, which said that the certain liquids, for example, salty brine or a strong vinegar, right, have the status davar harif, sharp foods, which revitalizes, right, the non-biyama state taste, right? So we said that this even for short period of time, right? I mean, even if you pour these liquids, this brine or strong vinegar, even for a short period of time, it's going to absorb the taste from what is it? From the walls of the container. See also chapter 2, section 3a, which states that the soaking in a sharp liquid can generate taste transfer, even in less than 24 hours, right? We said that's the danger of these foods. Okay. So we stop here. This finish that chapter. Chapter 8 is going to be koshering the knife. Okay. So any questions on what we said? Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
So from this practical applications chart, with the exception of the first point that mentions the boiled water in a Ben Yoma pot that is different for Sephardic, I mean, does the whole chart apply equally to Sephardic custom?
I think so, yes. Yes, because there is no leniency. We know that's the nature of the product, right? You're welcome.
Okay, so we have a couple questions in regards to this topic on the board. The first one says, question of the love. If even the taste of meat and milk being mixed is so strictly avoided, then should we really be taking advantage of modern day meat substitutes to enjoy artificial meat dairy dishes? What separates the real meat ta'am from the artificial ta'am halachically? Because sometimes by tongue alone, it's almost impossible to tell the difference.
I mean, it's nutrients, I guess. Like meat has some nutrients that the body needs to to get stronger, right? So for example, when somebody is sick, so we try to give him chicken or meat to make a person stronger, right? But I don't think the soy substitution is going to help that person. Maybe it tastes the same, but it's not the same in nutrients. That's the idea. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The next question goes, if I mistakenly pour cold milk into a potted stone cup and the milk stays within the cup for a few hours, does it render the cup a dairy cup?
No. In this case, no. So of course you just try to wash it. Don't wash. Don't use sponges. So I just today somebody mixed served hot chocolate in a pot of cup, right? But so I asked you questions. So just to understand. So it was not hot. It was not hot because it was intended to be drunk for elderly person right away. So of course it was like warming. So it was not above Yatzar bowl. So understand. So in this case we can go lenient, but in that case it's in the case that was asked, it's cold. There is no problem. So but what I said to that person, when you wash this cup, try to wash it in a daily sink and take. I mean, you can wash it technically with the daily sponge, but I would say, but because the water is maybe hotter or something, don't use the daily sponge because in a daily sponge. I mean, unless you clean the sponge very well, so there is a much more daily. So you don't want to add extra. So take a paper towel and wash it with a soap and paper towel. That would be like the best bet. So in this case, there was no transfer taste. It was a short time. It was not hot, halachically, not hot. Okay, what else? You're welcome.
The next question. Could the prohibition on placing potted liquids in a container of hot dairy liquids apply to baby bottles? For example, could the potted liquid be water? Thank you very much, Paula.
I didn't get. Could you read one more time, please? Sorry.
Could the prohibition on placing potted liquids in a container of hot dairy liquids apply to baby bottles?
Once I had prohibition of placing potted liquids in a container that has, I didn't get it.
So, that has hot dairy liquids.
No, but if it's no, one second. It's going to the mixture. So all of the cases that we discussed, it was like the container was clean. So and in some cases we had doubts what to do. So if it has hot dairy liquid, so there is I'm not sure what the question is. The mixture is dairy, unless person meant to add something else, or I am missing something.
No, our friend says in the past but the container is clean.
Okay, so that's a different story. So there is no problem, right? Of course, we try not to do it. If it was ben yama, or the easiest case is non ben yama. So if it was used in more than 24 hours, so the question is what to do with the liquid. So is it Parve? It is Parve in some sense, yes. Is it recommended to drink it with a tea that you're going to drink in a meat meal? So it's not recommended initially, but after the fact, so I would say that they can drink it. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome. So initially, again, if a person planned like this, it is forbidden. But it was if it was not planned and after the fact, it was already mixed, so we said it's permitted. Okay, go ahead. What else?
Okay, so let me get back to the questions that I said to read at the end of the class. Okay. The first one goes, Shalom Kavod Harav. This is in regards to the Shidduch. Similarly, these conditions could be used as well for evaluating divorce when trying to help a couple. In the case of one of the parties involved develop this kind of character traits after the marriage, or should we follow the advice of Rabbi Nachman Breslev and pray constantly? Thank you, Rabbi.
So we also have to pray. Somehow this question is that so somebody developed this character trait after they get married. This negative character trait. So the question is it to get divorced or pray? So I mean, we can try to talk to that person, to the other side, and pursue maybe see maybe that person can work on himself or she can work on herself and change these character traits, and also work with another side and see maybe it's not the worst character trait, right? And maybe they can live with that. So. I mean, there is no perfect scenario. There is no people that are always perfect and a perfect situation, and it's not like a constant character trait. You understand? Maybe it happens from time to time. So, for example, me personally, I know with some people when something started, I feel like something is in the air. So I'm being very smart, extremely smart, and I start going opposite direction. You understand? So not to be there. So and if you're not there, so maybe you don't see this bad character trait. Whatever you don't like. You understand? So that's you don't have to like when you're married. You don't have to confront like every bad situation. Like be always right. Sometimes you have to retreat and go mind your business a little, and come back 15 minutes later and see maybe situation changed. Understand? But they get divorced because of that. Who said that you're going to remarry? Who said that the next partner is going to be good? And right? So nobody said that. So many times we try to work with both sides and see like you don't have to insist to be right. That's the problem. People see like a marriage. Sometimes it's a competition. Who is right? I'm right or she's right. So even you're right, okay. So like you're a team, you have the same goal. Your family, right? So like when you have a team, it doesn't matter who does what. So what matters is end result. So she ate and she didn't have time to wash the dish. So you wash the dishes, right? Next time for next week she's going to wash the dishes. Okay, well, like don't tell her that she did not wash the dishes, like because of something, right? So try to be smart. and avoid all of the confrontation, right? And as I said, for me it works very good. You see, you feel the confrontation in the air, go opposite direction. Okay. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes, you're welcome.
So the next question regards to this topic. This is like the second question related to the very first question about the red flag, the character traits that are red flags. So our friend wants to find out if certain deficiencies are more prominent in men as opposed to women and vice versa, and what character traits men should learn to pay less attention to.
Okay, so I don't think is any like character traits more prominent than the other, like better or worse. So of course it depends on the personality of the other person. So as I said, maybe this couple that the Shidduch situation that I was describing before that did not work out. So this lady, this young lady, so she needs somebody like fatherly personality. You understand? So who is going to take care of her? So she's a little princess, right? And a little princess, but she would love this father till the last day. You understand? So this guy has to be in charge. So he cannot be like I don't know, like he has to be like manly man, masculine, who is making decisions. So he cannot like put the making decision on her. That's not going to work. But other women, they must be involved, and they want to be consulted with every little details. And if you did not consult and you bought these tomatoes, I mean, maybe the tomatoes is too much, but you order. She asked you to. She said, you know what? Our frying pan is actually like developed cracks or something. So we need to get a new one. And you, without consulting her, bought a new frying pan. That's a little too much. She got upset. So because she wants to be consulted, but the first time she does not care. Whatever you do, you're always right. So you it's all that depends on personality. You understand? There's no one size fits all. And like when you know the personality, what other side expects of you, so that's how you behave. So is it any like a bad character traits in men and women? I don't know. I'm not aware like very bad. There is I don't know. Maybe I mean in men maybe one in men is many times the men are stingy, which is concerning to their wives. That's the issue that I noticed. That's a little too much. I mean, she's your wife. It's like whatever you buy for yourself. So like she's part of you. So don't be stingy with her. Be stingy with, if you want to be stingy with yourself. But I don't know, or someone else. But not with her. But otherwise, I'm not aware of like any special bad character traits. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
May I ask a question off topic?
Yeah, go ahead. That's our topic. It's off topic. Any topic is our topic.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes.
So I was wondering if speaking between washing our hands and saying Asher Yatzar is allowed.
Yes, it is allowed. Yes. I mean, it's preferable not to, because it's one continuous act. But after the fact, you would not require to wash your hands again, or would not be required to repeat the Asher Yatzar. So it's not like it is a blessing before the food. So that's after the blessing. Okay. So and just to give the complete answer. So even in a blessing before the food, even like, okay, just step back, right? So if you wash your hands for a meal, for a bread meal, right? You wash your hands to on the right, to on the left. So you're ready to start your meal, to make hamotzi, and then you remember that something is sorry, I forgot to turn off or to start like warming up or whatever, some other food. Let's say it's not Shabbos. So in this case, since it is pertaining to the meal, to the bread meal, it's not going to be an interruption. So is it recommended to do this? Absolutely not. It's preferably, they say, after you wash your hands, you have, I think, like 12 seconds, or I don't know how many seconds, from, I think, up to 20 seconds, to say the blessing. That's the most preferable way. That's why some people, some zealous people, will have they have the washing station, right, to wash their hands, a small sink, like in the middle of the dining room. So I saw it several times. Is it recommended? I mean, like if you have opportunity to do that and that's what you want, yeah, you can do that. Okay, is it a requirement? Absolutely not. So, but if somebody spoke for the purposes of the meal, then it's not considered to be interruption. Or same, it's not considered interruption. For example, person said a blessing on a bread, on a whole loaf. We're not talking about Shabbos, like like Wednesday, right? So say the blessing on the whole loaf, and then he's going to cut. So this cutting of the piece of bread is not considered to be interruption; it's a part of the process. Understand? Or he said, "Oh, please bring me salt. Please pass me the salt." Okay, no problem. Or for example, sometimes in the summer, when salt got what is it? The humidity got into the salt and it like sticks together. So it's not working. This salt shaker is not working. So you ask somebody to bring salt like from a big container. So yeah, so it's not, since it is for a purpose of eating this bread, eating the meal, so it's not considered an interruption. Is it proper not to say? Absolutely, 100%. And they say before you say, before you go wash your hands for the meal, go check. You have a knife, you have a bread, you have a salt. So whatever it needs to be there, and make sure before you start anything. But after the fact, there is no problem. Okay, but we don't want to be after the fact Jews. Okay. There's a joke. I mean, I want to say, maybe I said it. Maybe I said it's worth to repeat it. So there, as we see, there are like second opinions. In the books that we use, it's like sometimes they say minority people say, but in some books that me personally I do not read. I mean, I learned a few of them, and it was too much. But when people would compile all of the opinions, and basically they do not come with like bottom line what to do. They bring you all of the possible opinions and prove that they are true and right. And like I don't know, if you're a big scholar and you do research, yeah, it's very very useful. But for me, if I want to know what to do, so I need like main opinion, and I need to know the leniencies. So in case of the need, that's for me personally, that's more than enough. Okay, right? So, but there is basically like in everything there is a different opinion, like opposite opinion. Not always, but many times. If it's not biblical, it's more rabbinical, right? So, and there's the approach. It's called shita. Shita, it's like that's our shita. That's the way we go. Right, and there's one person that did everything like a crooked way, and the people would tell him like, why would you do like this? He said, there is a shita that you can do like this. There is a way you're allowed to do like that. Okay, and another time they confront said there is a shita when you can do it like this. In all his life, he was making like all of these excuses, reliant on the third opinion of the second rabbi and his cousin and his whatever, right? So all his times, and when the time comes, right, for him to die, he goes to the place, and basically they take him to Gehinnom, and he said, no, but according to judgment, the judgment, what the court says, the high court says, I have to go to Gan Eden. They say, according to some shittas, it's actually Gan Eden. You understand? So it's like second opinion. Maybe it's not so bad, especially for you. So we try to not to be these people that only good after the fact. That, as we said, last column in all of this in this table about Ashkenazic tradition, Sephardic tradition, was after the fact. If it was already mixed, so don't bring yourself to the situation when you have to rely on after the fact. Of course, you can rely after the fact, you can, but don't bring yourself to that situation. Once in a year, like in 5 years, that it happens. Okay, yeah, there is no problem. But try not to be like that, not to live your life carelessly like that, because there is according to this shita, is actually Gan Eden. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
I guess so. We have another question on the board in regards to Shidduchim.
Okay, go ahead.
Our friend says, how to distinguish between personal taste and asking too much? Should one be particular in finding Shidduch?
Could you? I'm not sure. I don't understand this question. Could you say it again, please?
Yes. How to distinguish between personal taste and asking too much?
Personal taste and asking too much. Okay, then what?
And then he goes, should one be particular in finding Shidduch?
Personal taste and asking too much, in particular. I'm not sure if I understand the question. But let me give the general answer. So unless that person wants to clarify the question. So so the thing, as we said before, nobody is perfect, and you personally decide for yourself what things you can put up with, right? So don't be like that person who has to fight about everything, right? And what is a red line, basically? So this red line, that's too much. We're not crossing this line, but up to this line, if it's a little flexible, if a little this side or this side, so don't be particular, because it would be very, very hard to find the Shidduch. You understand? So, one second, what else I'm going to say? And that's it. And that's actually when what we said once, what Rabbi Reuven Shlita says, is it says why is not very pretty people, right? Not very handsome people, not very beautiful looking ladies. It's easy for them to find Shidduch. Why? They're not so particular. They're not so insistent because of their look, and their looks not beautiful. Their looks make them a little humble and more accepting. So it's much easier to have much more people to choose from. You understand? But if you insist only like this guy, I remember I told her, you serious? You said she must be, I don't remember, small size. I don't know, women's size 6, 7 size. I don't know. I said, are you for sure you real? He said, yeah. What is the problem? I would not be able to do with a woman like such an empty vessel. You understand? But if you're not that particular, if you care about if she's a God-fearing person, so that's everything. Of course, you have to have attractions, but these attractions is so you cannot base the whole shidduch on attractions, right? It have to be some physical attraction. It cannot be based on an attraction, And you must remember that you have your bias. You will not be able to make your own decision correctly. So you have to ask the third party, Talmid Chacham, to help you with this decision and see if this Shidduch actually is good for you or not good for you. Right? And the story is, I think we discussed before, but just to remind, how is it possible? How is it possible that Yitzchak Avinu sent Eliezer to find the Shidduch for him? So he was grown-up person, 37 years old, and he was capable of making his own decisions, right? He's not such a baby. And sent somebody else, okay, Eliezer, holy person, Evet Abraham, and he was given Shiurim when Abraham was busy making halachic decision, stuff like that. He is very, to represent Yitzchak Avinu, the holiest person, one of the holiest person ever lived, it's normal. And they say yes, because Yitzchak was a person, right, as everybody else, who would be biased when it comes to Shidduchim, right? So these righteous people would shift their responsibility on somebody else who would not be biased and would say whatever is good for them and it's not good for them, right? And just so we know, but also just said, you have to see your color, your wife to be before you get married, before you actually propose and stuff like that, before engagement, kiddushin. They call the first stage is kiddushin. Why? So they say why? If somebody tell me that she's a rabbi who I trust, he tell me that she's a God-fearing person, so it's not enough. You just told me that's enough. So they say no, it's not enough. Why? And our sages explain it beautifully, right? Because after people get married, it's a hara comes, right? Or is going to come to that person and said, look, she's not the way I expected. She's not that beautifully looking. So I made a mistake. So that's why they say see it first, right? And then you agree. So they of course, the Shidduch was suggested by somebody else, and let you see, and you agree. So the Tzechara would not come. And that's exactly what happened with Eliezer. So he brought Rivka, and of course, if you just read the text, right, and so when Eliezer came to Rivka's family, so from conversation, everybody, including of course me, understood that it was the made deal, right? So Rivka for sure is going to get married, but that's not what happened. It says when Eliezer brought the Rivka back, I'm trying to remember the language. So he said that he took her and he married her. So they said, well, what does it mean he took her? So he actually looked at her, right, and he agreed, right, to marry her, and then he married her. You understand? So that was the procedure, and it's actually from Rabbi Dessler, right? And Rabbi Dessler says, look, in olden days, people would get married, in the beginning of 20th century, right? That's what he refers, right? And it was easy to get divorced. So if you get divorced in a Beis Din, so the local officials, the government, the secular government, would accept this divorce. There is no problem. But he said, but in our generation, so if you get a paper, so the divorce in Beis Din, it's not enough. So you have to go through the government, this office, that office. So it would create many issues, right? So to be divorced in the past time was very easy, and plus most of the divorces was arranged by parents. Shidduchim were arranged by the parents. So if it was arranged by somebody else, and it's easy to divorce, so you would figure that many people would get divorced because arranged with somebody else, and so it's easy to get divorced. And now he said, look at this. It's arranged by people themselves, right? And it's harder to get divorced. And guess what? The divorces and 100 times higher than it was back then. So you understand? So some many times parents know better, right? Especially if they got fearing people, and if you go to Talmid Chacham and God fearing matchmakers, so that's actually the best. You understand? And he said very interesting. Look at other people. They actually date for a long time, right? And to get to know each other. And it does not work. How is it possible? How is it possible? And he said it's very simple, because it is forbidden to live together unless you have a chuppah. So all of the holiness, wherever they have holiness, drips drop by drop. So there is no kedusha in this union. Because why? They go into the HaShem, against HaShem every second of their life. So whatever these modern inventions, wherever they go like around the Shidduchim, no, we want to date, we want to live together, see if you suit for each other, this and that. Maybe then we're going to get married. So guess what? This relationship is a potential disaster in most of the cases. Why? Because there is no holiness in this union. It's like curse union, unfortunately. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Our friend is sort of like clarifying about being particular and finding a shidduch.
Okay.
The friend says, for instance, if someone is trying to find a girl from a certain culture, or a girl that is trying to find a guy with certain height, and so on. Yeah. So I don't know if I may add something to this question
of
my own. Because I would say to sort of summarize this whole concept is, are we allowed to be particular, or do we have some sort of leeway to be particular in certain issues in regards to shidduchim, or do we have to be completely open to anything?
I think people have to be open. And in one of the classes, we started learning a book. It's a mind-blowing book of Beis Halevi. They just published it, I don't know, like not long ago. So it's Minau Bitachon, right? And it's one of the ideas that we actually spoke like a few times in this class, and I'm going to remind you. So don't tell HaShem how the situation must be resolved. You understand? So because salvation, don't give HaShem the option. So HaShem, I'm going to I want to be rich. I want to have parnasa, let's say, but I want to have parnasa like this or like that. Hashem said, look, who said that you're going to get money from that? I'm going to send you from the other direction. So because what? Because I'm Hashem. I know better what is better for you. Guess what? Right? So same is here with this shidduchim. Right? Like when you start all of the limitations, so maybe the girl from a different culture, right, or a different background would be much better of this guy. So the heights, the only heights case that I would agree with, we had this one guest some time ago, and he's very short, very, very short, like for me maybe like this. I'm not tall, but he's very short, and so for him to find shidduch, it was not easy, and he found a girl that even shorter than him. So in this case, it's like if he's like abnormally, like some abnormality, so I would understand. Yes, so because if girl is much higher, so she would not go with such a short guy. So I would understand. But otherwise, if he's such a height or the other height, what is the difference from this culture? From maybe if they want culture, so you're limiting your choices, and I don't think it's good. Okay, and plus, how do I know that your culture is better than other culture, right? And how many times you're going to practice your culture in food? I mean, you changing your preference. For example, when I grew up, so we had like all of the Sephardic people. They what is it? They laugh, right? Ashkenazi. That Ashkenazi have a bland food. It's not bland, like it's very tasty. But for example, Ashkenazi don't use spices like pepper. Like in my when I was growing up, so we have this bottle of pepper, and we use it maybe I don't know for 10 years. I mean, it was not common to put spices, right? But then I got married, and my wife she likes spices. So I got used to. So I mean, so from eating almost no spices, so now I eat all of the spices. I mean, I don't think I already. I mean, now I was saying I just remember that was the big change for me in that food. Okay, different culture. Well, it's a good culture. Doesn't matter where you're going from this type of food, that type of food. I mean, it's not such a big difference. And your family or my family, I mean, so who has time to meet the family? Okay, should try to limit anyway, right? Even for good occasions, because when exactly you're going to study Torah? So there is some rabbis. So he always he would. I hear Victor. I went to this wedding and that wedding, and we went and we in. One rabbi from my shul, the main rabbi. So he had his daughter's wedding in another state. So it's like I don't know, 3 hours drive, 4 hours, I don't know, a long drive. And guess what? Some people went there and they come back, and they on the shacharis they come back. Like you would drive 3 hours one way. I mean, of course, out of respect to Rabbi, but for me, there is nobody is even invited me. I would not go. Even if you ask me 40 minutes, I would not go. I have better things to do. Okay, so people wasting so much time. So you would ask this rabbi and a few rabbis also. But so when exactly you're going to learn the Torah? Tell me when exactly. You always all of the evenings you go this way, here, there. Are you learning Torah? You yourself, you working the whole day. You have a title of rabbi. When exactly you learning? So I think it's a good question to ask, right? If he's busy with his community, he's saving lives, I understand. But most of the people don't do anything. I mean, they don't do so much, basically, to be busy. And they're busy with social affairs. So I try to be busy with Torah and say I have a class. So everybody know, everybody around me know that I have a class. When? Always. I have always, but I have some window 3 hours or 4 hours during the day are flexible, but I always busy in this time, but maybe in this time I don't have classes. Schedule. Okay. So that's the best way, your culture, so live as a family, that's it. Okay. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So, if a person recklessly rejected a shidduch that was put in front of him almost miraculously by HaShem, is the person going to have to pay for this with time of being alone, time of being single?
Maybe, or even worse, he would get a different shidduch. So it's a famous Gemara when this matranit, this very important Roman woman, she asked one of our sages, and what is your God is doing now? Okay, I understand. I read your Torah that you told me that in 6 days he created the world. Okay, the world was created and it's on autopilot, right? So what he's doing all day long, right? What is he's busy with? And he answers that he's making shidduchim. And she said, that's it? That's what God, your powerful, all-powerful God, that's what he's doing? Right? She said, hey, even I can do that. And he said, okay, try it. And she said she had many slaves. So she brought all of the women in one row, all the men slaves in another, and she said, you go with him, you go with him, you go with him. So she paired everybody, 50 people or so, and she said, look, it took me 1 hour to pair all of these people. So yeah, it does not take the whole day. So next day, they reported like a disturbance in a camp, and they brought people. Somebody's with like black eyes, somebody's with missing teeth, broken hands, this and that. So basically, these couples, whatever she suggested, did not work out so well. You understand? So, so it's not such an easy job, and it says for HaShem to bring the Shidduch together is almost as hard for him as something is hard, right? The splitting of the seed. That's how much HaShem has to do to bring two people together. You understand? That's how many events, like background, all of this mechanism, all of these small coincidences have to happen in order for these people to be introduced and to each other, right? And be in the same world, in the same time, in the same town, in the same place at the same time. And the thought was would enter even somebody like close to them, both of them, to introduce the Shidduch. So a lot of put into it. So when a person rejects them, maybe like next time the next opportunity is going to come. Maybe, I don't know, maybe never. Maybe never. So it depends on the person's actions. Understand? So you have to be like very straightforward. If you see that it might work, right? So try to pursue it. Maybe do more dates, and have a serious like interrogation in some sense, right? Ask all of the questions that you want to ask. Everything, whatever. Don't be shy. Right, so ask them like after like let's say we get married, let's say, right? So what are you going to do like first day after we get married? What we're going to do? She said, I'm going to stay at bed at 10 till 10. I think it's a good idea. I like to sleep more. I always like to sleep in. She said, whoa, one second. I was planning to go study in a college. I thought that you, with your beautiful education, college education, master's degree, that you're going to make money. She said, oh, no. That was only was I was single, but now I got married. But after getting married, I'm planning actually to do a little, to play housewife. Oh, you play housewife, but so ask practical questions. Maybe it's going to work out for you, maybe not. Maybe this guy he's established like professional, and he said very good. You want to be housewife? That's I always dream about, to have this woman like that's going to take care of the children, and I don't want to send them to this public school, maybe home education. I don't want like to kindergartens with these all of the crazy teachers. So that's my dream came true. Okay. So we have to like ask all of these questions, all of the like make a list of course for yourself, and ask all of the questions. See how she or he is going to answer these questions, and see if it's for you or not for you. So and people many times, even unless they train like spies or something, they go into sleep and they tell the truth. Just pay attention to details. So we have also we try to help somebody, a lady, and my wife said no, that whatever she tried to analyze, and she gave this lady like unconscious like some advice, and like explained that's not what we do, and that lady, like that girl, said, oh, that's how you win men. I'm going to do that. I'm going to exactly that, and she started playing a role with that she was not, right? Somebody like play somebody else, which is absolutely wrong. You have to be 100% honest. You understand? Of course, we could not stop it after that. She was saying all of the right phrases, all of the right concept, but to us, she said something different. That's not what she wanted. She just wanted to be liked. She wants to be like, the guy would like her, and then she's going to decide, which is absolutely wrong. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So the next question, the word says, since our classes have been in the evening, are we no longer able to rely on the bracha for Torah study we recited in the morning for Shaharis?
Oh, that's a good question. That's an amazing question. So actually, the Shulchan Aruch said In most of the things, the day starts after the night, right? Nightfall. But with some things, the day is actually until you go from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep. And one of the examples is actually this blessing on a Torah study. On a Torah study is the whole day from the time you woke up until time you go to bed. Why? Because it says that you have to contemplate these words, right? When you get up and when you lay down, right? So it's actually the whole day. That's the day. But with other things, yes, it's after the nightfall. It's a different day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So are these one of the blessings we skip if we stayed up all night?
So that's actually, yes, there is one opinion that we skip, but the prevalent opinion that we don't skip. Because with advance of next day, so you have a like separate obligation to learn Torah. So we do say the blessing on the Torah, even if we stay up all night.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So the next question says, what age is the optimal time for one to actively search for one Shidduch?
It's a very good question. So I would say as early as possible, when person feels mature. So some people are mature at 21 years old, and I know like people like that 21 years old, and some not mature, and so then in my house and in the 30s and in 40s also not mature. So I mean, depends on the person. So, but as I said, as early as possible. So it's a big difference when you have a children, when you're young and you have all of the energy in the world. When you like, like we have this one Hassan, this a groom to be. I think he's getting married. I think in December. I'm not sure why they postponed it so much, but I think in December the guy is getting married. I think he's in his 20s, early 20s. So the guy like full of energy that he like in the show. So he cannot just sit and read the book. He cannot just stand. He walks around and jumping. It's like he has so much energy. Baruch Hashem, I'm very glad for him. Right. Well, so when this guy is getting married and when he has all of this energy and he has kids, so this guy can take care of the kids, help his wife. You understand? If he's 40 years old, 35 years old, and he's like develop all of this, has a huge stomach, and he needs to rest every few hours. So that's not good, right? So you have to take this also into consideration. So sometimes when you have children, you sleep only a few hours a night. Not always, but you have to help your wife, and she would sleep also a little, limited time. So have to take this into consideration. So it's easier when you're younger. So of course people think that they always feel like that when they're young, but I'm telling you they're not. So I always I also thought so, but I changed my mind recently, very much. So you understand? So it's not so simple not to sleep. It's not too simple like work non-stop physically as it used to be. Okay. So again, when person is ready, mature, there is a 20, 21 years old, it's a perfect time.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
In regards to this, is the age gap between one gender and another problematic, or could it be problematic? Let's say the woman is much older than the guy, or vice versa.
So the age is usually not problematic if she's mature. So she could be 3 years older than him and she's still not mature. That's the problem. But if she's mature and he's mature, there is no problem. There is if she's I don't know, a few years older than him, there is no problem whatsoever.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. So it should not be stumbling block, right? Because of the age difference. She's older. What is the difference?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Our friend's asking, should a ben Noach completely wait until after conversion to pursue a Shidduch? Of course, the search would be limited to another ben Noach.
So if person wants to stay ben Noach, there is no problem. I mean, of course you're trying. It's a good question. So if person is not going through the Giur, wants to stay ben Noach, right? And I'm talking to people like that, right? So they ask me questions. So the father is Jewish. So they have no intention to convert. They ask me a ben Noach question. No problem. No pressure. Whatever they want, right? So they would need, of course, I think this a single lady. So of course, I advise her to find somebody with a similar ideology, with a strong Ben Noach ideology. Not somebody who is secular. Secular people are not good people. They are very bad people, actually. Right? Ben Noach is actually it's a religion. So find somebody that in tune with you. Yeah.
Thank you. No, our friend was asking if he should completely wait until after conversion to pursue a Shidduch.
Oh, I apologize. I did not get it. So okay. So, but if I think we answered this question before, and I gave my vision, and we added Rabbi Reuven vision also, because he added answer to somebody a little differently, right? And so my vision. So if you want to go through the Giur no matter what, right? And if she, for example, she changed her mind, is not going to stop you, right? So you're still such a strong-willed person. So you can find somebody who is in process of Giur also very serious person. Not got excited last week. There is expression abbreviation FFF. FFF, what does it mean? From Friday. So they like this Friday meal and got inspired. They from Friday. Okay, so what is going to be next Friday? We don't know. But since last Friday, very from they want to keep everything. So you have to find somebody that is in line with you. That very very strong-minded person, and they're going to. And even if you get married, you're going to go through the Giur together, or you're going to split, right? So again, if it's going to take some time, this Giur process, and you're going to have children, so it would not be such a simple thing to split. You understand? So a person has to make a decision of his own. So, and plus you're not allowed to waste seed. That's also very important, right? So that's the consideration. So what I said. So if you have a goal to get through the Giur, try to do it as soon as possible. Put all of your efforts into it, and that's it. So don't even date somebody, right? Because you can get emotionally involved, and that's it. By Giur, right? Or right, if you know that it's such a person, such a strong person, and she's in a Giur, she's let's say in almost you're in the last stage, and she's in the last stage. Okay, that's a different story. So right, so then you can start dating and you can get married. So I would say it's on a case by case basis, but to be on the safe side, better not to get involved. But there are always exceptions.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
The next question says, Shalom Kuvulawak. Since through conversion one gets a new soul, does it change the person's personality? If one finds someone, could they change their mind completely after conversion, since it's a different soul?
Of course, yes. It's a very good question. Very, very good question. Because it is true. So the person, as we said before, I never heard this question before, but it's a brilliant question, and let me explain you why. Right? Because person had one soul, and now like non-Jewish soul, and now that this person gets a Jewish soul, and now this Jewish soul has to go through some specific tikkun, right? So some specific correction that was not known to that person before. You understand? So that person, that non-Jew, he live his life, and now he get this Jewish soul, and everything like changes. So of course the character will change. Hopefully for the better, if person work on himself or she works on herself. But for sure it's new challenges. It had nothing to do with the previous challenge from this non-Jewish soul. Yes, that's also it must be taken into consideration. Okay, but again, like personality, even though the soul changes, like the personality of the person stays in some sense, like at least in inclination, stays they stay the same. So of course we have to work on this inclination. So by themselves it's nothing. I mean, they're neutral, but we can like direct them to the right place, to the right side. But it's a very good question. Yes. So it's the answer is yes. You're 100% right. So different character traits. Not even, I apologize, maybe not even character traits, but different challenges. So sometimes like you don't know your character traits unless you came to a test. So many people say that they have emunah in bitachon until HaShem start testing them. Right? They did not have any like real test. Okay, everything was smoothly plus minus, right? Some small ups and downs, but now they have a test, and now the real test for emunah bitachon. You understand? So that's so that this and then this character traits became obvious, right? When you don't test, like I don't know. Okay, what else?
Yes. So does this apply to couples that have been married for some time, or for a long time even, and they go through conversion? Can this affect them negatively? Meaning, if they change their character traits, may they get divorced subsequently because of
They
it?
may, so but it can't happen with anyone. So we have to work on ourselves. Yeah, you're right. They can get divorced. Have I heard that people go through the conversion and get divorced? Me personally, I have not heard that. This case, of course, that doesn't mean that never happened, but I haven't heard about case. Usually, people who went so much together through so much struggles together, it's actually bind them, and they actually more united. You understand? So usually, so people. I mean, yeah, of course, yeah, that's it. What else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
There's no more questions on the board. Our friend says, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
May I ask one last question?
Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
So I've heard a few stories, a couple stories about people that had gone through conversion, and their process have been paid for by someone else. meaning anonymous Jewish wealthy person. I've heard a couple cases of this, and on top of that, what I told Kabbalah yesterday about the circumcision thing that was sponsored by someone else, by a Jewish wealthy person. So I was wondering if it is a mitzvah for a Jewish person that, of course, can afford it to pay for someone's Shiur. I was wondering.
No, there is no such a mitzvah.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. So because the answer is very simple. So if it's would be because of the money. So many people like free stuff. So because so the person who goes through conversion should not go because of the Jews generous. The other Jews are generous, so they would like me, this and that. So I'm going through the conversion because I know HaShem is real, and he's and I want to be close to him. And the only way for me to be close to HaShem is serve him like a Jew. That's it. So, but what if other Jews would not like me so much? What if because I have different skin, because I look very different, and they say, "Did you convert?" Like every time, they would pinch me. Did you convert, or you were born like you don't? You understand? Ask all of these uncomfortable questions. Like, am I ready for that, or because I want to be close to Hashem, I do not care about all these stupid people? Understand? That's the bottom line. Is it because of the being accepted, be part of this nation, or I want to be servant, right, of Hashem, no matter what? Bro, somebody is going to pay, somebody not going to pay. They're going to invite me to the Shabbos dinner. They're not going to because. Oh, but I'm sorry. I forgot to ask. Did you convert, or are you in process of conversion? And you're going to hear if you look different, this question not one time. So it's because there are clowns, and they do not know what to do with their life. They have so much free time, and they're trying to poke everybody who is a little different from them. You understand? So, but if you do it for Hashem, you do not care. Right? You do not care, you're looking for the truth. Okay, so, but when somebody is encouraging you with the money, so it's like maybe it's for Hashem, but also because somebody is encouraging you with the money. You understand? So is it good? Okay, you can if he pays if he gives this money away, so you can take the advantage, but you have to remember it should not be because of that. Because of any material benefit, and not because of the people are going to like you and not like you, as said many times. So there is a couple in another country, and these people, I don't know, nasty people. In some cultures, it's I don't know, they're so cruel. It's unbelievable. So this couple, and they see this couple came from another city, and they struggle, and they are very different. And so this unfortunately, some people, it's not the whole community, but the ones who speak the loudest. So they say, no, you're not coming. Did you pay for a Shabbos meal? Oh, you did not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. You understand? So of course it's people get offended, and they think they want to go through you. Not once, like I said, you normal. Because if it was your stopping point, because they told you not to come to join for Shabbos meal, so better you not to go through the Shiur. That's what you wanted to sit with everybody at the table. Okay. And understand, that's not your intention must be because Hashem. So I want to serve Hashem in any circumstance. They invite me, very good. Not invite me, even better, because I'm not going to listen to Lashon Hara that people are going to say. Right? Why? Because I explained there is no yeshiva at that place. There is no yeshiva. So, and it's very interesting. You're not going to figure out anyway. So that there is one Jewish guy. Very rich guy. So he built a factory. Okay, that doesn't matter what country. So he built a factory, and he actually is, and it's like a factory is a big complex, right? Many like buildings, and he made a synagogue on this complex, right? And he actually he hired many Jews, so many Jews are working for him in this factory, and he built a synagogue, and he actually built a dormitory next to the synagogue. So some people, they actually live in another place, but for Shabbos they come and stay in this dormitory. So it's like in a family environment. Everybody enjoy, everybody like even though they don't work for this factory, they come and enjoy with him. Of course, he wants to live there, and he wants the company, he wants the million. So he's a rich guy. I mean, I understand that he's ready to pay, and people like to come. But this couple is very different. They do not work on this factory. And whatever, so they are outsiders, and they are in process of the Giur. So, and people unfortunately make fun of that. As I said, some culture is very cruel, very, very cruel. I'm not going to say which culture, but I mean, even I'm trying to talk to rabbis in that area. Like, for me, it's like very, very strange. It's not like what I used to. Okay, okay, whatever. That's enough said. Okay, what else? Will we stop here?
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes.
No, I was going to ask it. So, bottom line is this wealthy Jew, there's no mitzvah for him to pay for anyone's giur.
Yes.
So, does that mean that this person is not going to get rewarded for it whatsoever?
Maybe he would get punished even for that. You understand? So if he had the chance to help somebody at like Torah institution, and then he like somebody struggling and asking for money, and he said no, and he paid for whatever he paid. So maybe it's not. I mean, it's not considered to be tzedakah. You understand? So we should not encourage anybody to get to the giur. I mean, if somebody's in process, you can no pushing, basically. That's what I mean. So if somebody wants to get giur, of course you must help and be nice and do whatever you need to do. But encourage with the money, like a monetary benefit, it's like Christianity. I said they pay. Muslims, they pay. You understand? So that's the thing. So we should not encourage anybody. So there is no mitzvah to do that. But if he wants to do it, it's his business.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Yes. That's the thing. Okay, we stop here. Thank you very much. Over time. So it was Baruch Hashem very successful week, and we learned a lot of Torah, and we should learn even more. And Beezrat Hashem, I apologize, I didn't have time to look at my schedule. So, but at least let's count on 8 p.m. Starting next week. But if I can push it to 7:30, that's of course preferable. But we'll see. So thank you very much. Good Shabbos, and be close to Hashem. Don't think about yourself too much. Think about Hashem, what He wants, and I want to be close to Hashem in any way. So if being close to Hashem meaning that I have to be Jew, I'm going to be Jew. Being Nochite, I'm going to be Nochite. But it should not be like our calculations. Our calculations, I want to be close to Hashem. All right, thank you and good night.